It's been over a month, and it's finally time for me to talk about the Apple Watch. Hey guys, what's going on? This is Mike, and you know what this video is. So unlike other Apple Watch reviews you've probably seen, I'm not going to bore you with listing the specifications or even doing a hardware tour because let's face it, you already know what the watch looks like and you don't care how much RAM it has. You're here to hear my thoughts on the watch and possibly make up your mind on whether or not you wish to buy it. So let's jump right into my full personal Apple Watch review. I received my Apple Watch on launch day, April 24th. When I got it, my eyes were never off my wrist for more than 10 minutes at a time. I was really excited. Because of this, however, the battery life suffered a lot. When my battery life had dropped 20% in an hour, I was seriously worried. However, this is not the case anymore. I've had the watch for a month now, and the battery life is fantastic. It seems when you get a new Apple device, the battery life is horrible for the first few days, but improves over time. It was the same case with the Apple Watch. I was using it a lot. Now, a month later, the battery life is fine because I'm not using it as much. Each interaction I have with the watch lasts a maximum of 10 seconds, whereas when I first got it, I was using it for 3 or 4 minutes at a time. So, to sum all that up, the battery life is fine after a little bit of time. I feel the software on the Apple Watch has some flaws. I feel Apple didn't want to copy Android Wear, but the interface they came up with is far from user-friendly. You practically need baby fingers to work the watch properly. The icons are that small. I think I'll open about 5 apps a day by mistake because of how small the icons are. I actually think the Square iPod Nano had a better interface than the Apple Watch. You'll also see the same trend in apps. In some apps, the buttons and controls are so small that the watch gets frustrating to use. Sometimes I'll get so frustrated it's just easier to pull out my iPhone. There are many aspects of the watch that I like, such as quickly replying to a message, controlling my music, and, well, telling time. Many people actually forget that telling the time is the main focus of the watch because of how many other features it has. My current watch face is the utility face, but I'll switch to a few others, such as modular and chronograph. Being able to check the weather or see what time the sun goes down or see what time it is in another time zone on your watch face is also very useful. The Force Touch feature is one that many people forget. I find it really useful. Apple was really smart in using Force Touch to change the watch face as well as in many other aspects of the operating system. Sometimes I actually forget about Force Touch, and when I use it in different apps, I find features I didn't even know existed. At first, using Force Touch felt as if I may crack the screen if I push too hard, but the watch is designed for this feature and you don't have to worry about it. The Taptic Engine is also very useful. The first time I got a notification on my watch, the sensation was very weird. Apple is completely right when they say it feels like someone tapping you on the wrist. I also like how the Taptic Engine doesn't make noise like the vibration motor does on the iPhone. Also, speaking of noise, I ended up turning off sound altogether on my watch because the subtle tap on my wrist is enough and I don't want my watch going off in class. If you press the button below the digital crown, you get access to your favorite contacts. I never use this feature to send a message or call someone, but rather for digital touch. It's really cool to send a sketch or even your heartbeat to someone, but it'll be even better when more people have Apple Watches. At this time, the only person in my family with an Apple Watch is my dad. I think after a few years, this feature will be a lot better because more people will have Apple Watches. The fitness features in the watch are excellent. The two apps that take advantage of these fitness features are the Fitness app and the Activity app. I use the Activity app most to see my daily movement, such as steps taken and how many calories I burn that day. The Exercise app is great for cardio workouts or anything that gets your heart rate up, but for other things such as lifting weights, it doesn't monitor that very well. The Sport Band is very comfortable. At first, it was quite hard to put on with one hand, but I got the hang of it very quickly. I actually ordered a second Sport Band, the white one, to change up the look of my watch. Before the Apple Watch, I never actually wore watches, which made me a bit nervous. But like I said in my first impressions video of the watch, the Apple Watch is the most comfortable watch I've ever worn, and I've had no issues with the fit. Moving now to the Apple Watch app on the iPhone, you can control every setting on the watch from this app. Although there is a settings app on the watch itself, you can't control everything with it. The Apple Watch app also acts as the app store for the watch. There's a featured section and a search section. I do wish there was a top charts page like the iPhone app store because that's how I discover all my new apps. To conclude, I believe the Apple Watch is off to a great start. It kind of reminds me of the original iPhone, where when more people used it and more apps were made, the experience was better. I think the price is a bit high, but for people that need the newest technology like myself, they don't consider price when buying the latest gadget. If you can afford it, I would recommend the Apple Watch. If you don't want to buy it right now, there's no harm in waiting till the Apple Watch 2. So that wraps up my Apple Watch review. If you enjoyed it, please drop a like down below and subscribe. My name is Mike, and I'll see you in the next one.